In the 3-7 application, we're going to be looking at a weight loss application. So if you're interested in weight loss, certainly isn't a shortage of information. There are diet plans, supplementation, and there's a lot available to you. However, gaining or losing weight ultimately comes down to one thing. If you consume more calories than you burn, you're going to gain weight. And if you consume fewer calories than you burn, then you will lose weight. So in this activity, we're going to look at that aspect of weight loss. Here we have Bubba. Bubba weighed 170 pounds when he started college. And he never really thought about his weight much. Then a funny thing happened. He got super busy, moderately poor, and started eating a lot of cheap fast food. He also started sleeping less and not drinking enough water. And so the result, he started gaining weight at a rate of 0.4 of a pound per month. No biggie, right? Well, we'll see. Let's write a linear equation that describes Bubba's weight, y, in terms of months after he started college, x. So his weight is going to be, he started at 170. Remember, for linear equations, it's starting point plus he gains 0.4 pounds per month. That's going to be our slope times the number of months. So right when he started college, x is the number of months since he started college. So x is 0 is when he started college. If he went to a 4-year college, x is 48. That's 4 years later. That would be when he graduated, if he graduated from a 4-year school on time. So here we have our linear equation. Starting point plus the rate of change per month times the number of months. So here we're going to restate our answer here. Restate your answer to question 1 in the form: if x represents the number of months since Bubba started college, then y is 170 plus 0.4x represents his weight at that time. And it's going to be in pounds. So if x represents the number of months since he started college, then y equals 170 plus 0.4x represents his weight in pounds that many months after he started college. All right, so question 3. If Bubba continues this modest sounding weight gain, how much will he weigh after 3 years in college? Well, the first thing we have to do is 3 years equals how many months? So we want to multiply by a fraction that has years in the denominator and months in the numerator, and there are 12 months in 1 year. So now my years cancel. 3 times 12 is 36 months. 3 years is 36 months. So his weight is going to be 170 plus 0.4 times 36. So his weight after 3 years is going to be 184.4 pounds. Question number 4 says, how long will it take Bubba to pass the big 200? How long? That means time. That means x. We want to know really how many months will it take before his weight is 200 pounds. So When will his weight be greater than, or we could do equal. Oh, and they say to use an inequality. $170 plus 0.4 x. We want to find x. What is the value for x when his weight is more than, when he passes the 200 pounds? When will the weight be more than 200 pounds? All right, so we're not going to touch that right now. The first thing we're going to do is subtract 170 from both sides. And we're going to be left with 0.4x. And we want to get x by itself, so we're going to divide both sides by 0.4. And what is 30 divided by 0.4? 75. So after 75 months in college, he's going to, there are 75 months after he starts college, he's going to weigh 200 pounds. All right, so let's continue with this problem. Draw a graph of your equation and include, as usual, the chosen scale for each axis. So along the bottom, we have months after starting college, and along the y-axis, we have his weight, and so our title will be Bubba's weight, and that's going to be in pounds. And so we're going to have, when he started school, he was 170 pounds. We calculated 3 years into school, he was 184.4 pounds. And then 75 months after school. So that's like 18 years after school. So he's close to 40 now. 40 years old now. He's going to pass 200 or be equal to 200. So we want to put these three values on our grid here. All right, so let's see. Along the x, we want to go between 0 and 75. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so if we go by tens, we'd have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75. Okay, I think we should go by tens by months. So this is 10 months after college, 20, this is 30 months after starting college, 40, here's 50, 60, here's 70, and there's 80, and here's 90. All right, so we have our axis along the bottom. And then let's see, we want to, our lowest weight is 170 and our biggest weight is 200. So let's see, how many grid marks do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, well, if I went by 20 pounds, I'd be right up at the top here. So I want to do a little bit more than 20 pounds per tick. So let's do 25. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200. That's, I guess that would do, but they'll be kind of close. I guess we'll do that. All right, so this is, he weighs 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. Here's 175. Here's where he's starting college. 0, 175. So that's 25, 50, 75. Right here is 200. And that's going to be at 75 months. So we'll go up here, go between 70 and 80. That'd be 75 months. And that's our third point, and let's do our middle point. At 36 months, so that's going to be kind of closer to 40, he's going to be at 184. So that's between 175 and 200. And there's our line. Find the slope of the line and explain what it means. Well, we know if y equals 170 plus 0.4x, the number in front of the x, that is our slope. Starting point plus slope times variable. Starting point plus slope times variable. So we know our slope is 0.4 just by the format of our line. But let's go ahead and let's use our slope formula. Change in y over change in x. Just to make sure. All right, so we're starting at 0, 170, and we're going to 75, 200. This is the x value of the first point. This is the y value of the first point. This is the x value of the second point. This is the y value of the second point. So that's going to be 200 minus 170 over 75 minus 0. So what is 30 divided by 75? It is 0.4. So we calculated our slope as well as we just picked the slope out of our equation. Find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is the point where we intercept the y-axis. That's when x equals 0. So what is the point when x equals 0? The point 0, 170. The ordered pair 0, 170 is the y-intercept. That's our starting point. And what does that mean? That means that Bubba weighed 170 pounds when he started college. That's what that point represents.